everyone. So today we're going to talk about artistic voice and how to find your artistic identity. I believe as artists, we have the unique ability to see the world in a different way. And because we all come from different experiences, that means that our vision and how we see the world and how we interpret the world is all a little bit different. So no matter whether you're a visual artist or a musician or a dancer, you're using that craft and that tool to express a story to how you see the world. I'm going to tell you my 3 inspirations and the themes that run between my artwork, and hopefully that will help you figure out how to find yours. The 3 main pieces that have been a consistent theme throughout all of my work has been nature, movement, and human connection. I was raised in a small town, and the house that I grew up in was on a dirt road that still to this day is not paved. I was raised on 16 acres of land with apple orchards and pear orchards and rabbits and groundhogs. I really believe that those things really impacted my connection to the world and my love of nature. When I was 18, I moved to San Francisco to go to college, and one of the first things that I noticed was that all the trees were embedded in cement. And I don't think I realized at the time how much nature and city life would collide and impact the rest of my journey. I spent a lot of time in Golden Gate Park, on Hippie Hill, the drum circles, hanging out there. I think it was just me trying to connect with nature and something that I felt really rooted to, even though I was in a concrete jungle. The other thing that happened when I moved to San Francisco, I had always danced growing up, and we would go to school, I would get picked up from school, I would go straight to dance class, I would come home, I would do homework, rinse and repeat, go to school again. And so before college, 5 days a week, I was dancing. And when I went to college, I went for art, and I didn't even think to incorporate movement or that I would need to incorporate movement into my life. But about 3 months into school, I was sad, I was depressed, and I couldn't figure out why. And I had a friend of mine that was taking classes across the street from our school, and she was like, hey, come out, I'm gonna take a hip hop choreo class. And 5 minutes into that class, my total mood changed. And at that point, I realized how much dance and movement would affect my life and affect my creative process. I was lucky enough to go to school with Wacko. He was just starting out at the time, and he took me to my first b-boy jam. And that was the first experience of the true hip-hop culture, and I will forever be grateful for that experience. When I left San Francisco and moved to LA, the first thing that I looked for was the hip-hop community. And I trained in Long Beach. When I moved to North Carolina, again, looked for the hip hop community and found the breaking scene. And within that, I then found dancers that were breaking and in the Latin dance scene, and was brought over to the Latin dance scene as well. So still to this day, I dance 4 to 5 times a week. It really impacts my creation process on my visual art side. The third piece is human connection, and how we connect to the world around us, and who we are and what we believe really impacts how we connect with other people in our communities, in our online world. I'm really interested in the storytelling that we tell ourselves, that humans have told each other, the myths and legends that we have passed over generations of explaining how things relate in the natural world to the human world. That also falls into fantasy worlds and sci-fi. These 3 main pieces, you can see the elements in my work, and the intricate pattern work is really about how each of us are accumulation of lots of different things. Our belief systems, our interactions, what we love, our human emotions, and that each of us is actually made up of layers and layers of physical and emotional and spiritual concepts that influence how we function in the world. So my challenge to you, no matter what type of artist or creative or creator you are, is to really sit with what's really important to you outside of the material things. What are the core values that really drive how you see the world? And how can you take those core values to help you interpret the world around you through your artwork? And I really want to challenge you to figure out what you see that others around you don't. If you've liked what you've seen here, please swing by my Etsy shop. I have 2 new prints out this week. I have Talking Trees and Inspire, both that are available in various sizes, just in time for the holidays. Thank you guys again for watching. We'll see you next time.